So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be doing the readings for you today. This is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, don't force it to fit. There are plenty of other wonderful readers on YouTube that just might resonate more with you at this time. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no filter and I don't sugarcoat my readings. So if that is not your thing, or you have kids around, or you just don't appreciate, that kind of message, I'm always very respectful of that. And you have the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, Gemini, we're getting into your reading, and this is for Gemini suns and those with strong Gemini placements in your chart. Okay, so if you have strong or significant Gemini placements, this could affect very specific areas of your chart. Okay, so here we go. Gemini. What is going on for June? Spirit, please. For Gemini and Gemini energy. What is going on with Gemini for June? What is going on with Gemini for June? There's some apprehension, Gem. There's apprehension. Let's get clarifiers on our major arcana. Clarify the Fool, please, Spirit. For Gemini, clarify the Fool. Clarify strength. We're just going to clarify both of those. Okay. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. The top of the deck is the Nine of Swords. So right now, and this is the apprehension, right? Because this is on the conscious mind. This is not necessarily, because it's anxiety. But it's more, I'm feeling as if it's more about being nervous. A leap with a soulmate, with someone who you have really deep past life ties. That this way in this deck with the Two of Cups, because of the Whale on the card. Whale spirit medicine is very subconscious, very deep in the emotional realm, and deals with past lives. So even though the Six of Cups is typically like that, that's my Two of Cups in this deck. This is someone you feel really deeply connected to, that maybe you've known in your past before, and you're having like anxiety but apprehension about it. It's almost, it's like you're hopeful. It's like you're hopeful, but preparing for failure. It's like hopeful, but preparing for failure is just the kind of feeling, right? So it doesn't have to be love related necessarily. It could be going for a job, but it's that feeling of hopeful, but almost like expecting to fail. Okay. So with that being the overall energy, let's get into everything else. Let's put these here. All right, let's talk about these first. First, we have the Two of Wands, and it came out in the reverse. I keep all of my cards upright inside the deck, so when they come out reversed, I just leave them. This is about nerves, like not wanting to cross the threshold. Okay, not wanting to cross the threshold. Setting a kind of boundary line with yourself. This is Mars energy. This is Aries energy. Could have Mars retrograde in your chart, right? If that's one of your placements, you might want to watch Aries. This is not wanting to cross the threshold, not wanting to take the step forward for self. And we have the Foolish Man with the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, okay? The Queen of Pentacles in this deck, well, in all of my decks, just as a reader, the Queen of Pentacles is kind of like my mother card. So that it comes out with the Mother and the Six of Wands, the Fool's Journey. This is wanting a victory, um, wanting a victory and a new start with a very specific queen, okay? With a very specific queen of coin energy. If this is not a mother, it could be man or woman, right? Gender's fluid. It's someone who's very generous, very nurturing, very caring and supportive, very solid on their own. You know, they know what they're doing and they're there, right? They're very supportive and they're there. It's wanting this new start with someone that you look at this way, right? Or you want to be looked at that way, okay? Or you want to be looked at that way. You want this new start. You want to be considered caring. You want to be considered genuine and supportive. You want a victory. And we get the Five of Swords. Okay, we get the Five of Swords, which is a defeat card. Okay, it's the Lord of Defeat. So you were initially afraid, right? Afraid to take the step forward and maybe do anyway. And maybe do anyway. You're afraid to cross the threshold with something new or even a new perception of self and putting that best foot forward, right? Feeling confident in putting that best foot forward and then getting hit with a defeat. So you all, just in advance, Gem, if this is the case, then remind yourself you already kind of knew in your intuition that moving forward in a certain direction might not have worked. You know, you're very hopeful, very optimistic, you know, hoping that fortune would turn in your favor, and it's a defeat. Okay, it is a defeat, and you might be in your head about it. Five of Swords, you might really be in your head about it. You might want to argue or be confrontational with other people in general just because you're short, right? You're just mentally short. When it comes to this energy, for some of you, it's definitely you embodying this energy, feeling as if you're in this beautiful queen mother energy, you know, feeling like this is a victory, like this is a new fresh start coming, and it's definitely not, okay? And it's definitely not. And maybe that's just kind of what you need to propel you forward on your path, right? And not get hung up behind. Because we did get the Strength card and the Death card. So whatever this is, with the Strength and the Death card, that follows the Five of Swords, and I have clarifiers for these two. We're going to get into that in a second. This is having to be really strong, right? Strength through the transformation of the Death card. Knowing that, and whenever I see the Death card, there's almost always this sense of having or experiencing tears, because anytime we cry, it's the ego letting go of control. What we thought we could have or what we thought we wanted it's not real. Like it existed in our minds, and so, you know, when our ego takes a blow like that and what we thought we wanted doesn't come to fruition, like it wasn't meant for us with someone else or whatever, you know, we take that defeat. It's upsetting because we didn't want it. But it's about being really strong and quieting the ego that says, you know, you made a mistake, or you can't forgive yourself because if you did this then, you know, especially with Venus retrograde in your sign, especially when it comes to past loves, right? Venus retrograde, especially when it comes to past loves. Feeling like if you had only done it different then, you know what I mean? If you only did better then, if you had put your best foot forward then, would it still happen? Would you still have it? And the answer is no. What is meant for you will always be meant for you, and what is not is not. It's just not. And it's a part of the lesson. It's a part of the process. So we do have, clarifying it, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Wheel of Fortune, okay, which is huge because we have a couple, kinda. We have a Queen of Cups, which is a heart that has lots to give, but that has also suffered loss. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, who's cautious and slow moving, although in this deck he's not very slow, Okay, he's not very slow. He's got his wand up like he's ready to charge. Um, and I'm just being drawn to the deer, the stag head there with the wings. It's like it's being gentle with yourself. The way I'm reading this, it's more about you being gentle with yourself and knowing that you deserve emotional fulfillment. And if something that you wanted you didn't get, it's because you would not have been emotionally fulfilled with it. You might think, right? You might think in your mind that that's where all of your happiness was or your fulfillment was. But the reality is, if you actually did go back to it, if it is someone from your past, if you did actually move into it, you wouldn't actually be fulfilled, right? You wouldn't actually be fulfilled, which is why the universe is like, no, you can't go that way. We want you to be happy. We know you have a lot of love to give, and we're sending you in like a knight in shining armor that's like ready to go, like movement forward, divine intervention with the chariot to change your fate. To change your fate. Like what you have that's propelling you forward might very well be right in front of you, or going to be you can't miss it by the end of the month. Whatever this is, it's good that you take the leap of faith if that means that you can get over it and move forward and let that wheel of fate take its turn, right? Let the wheel of fate take its turn. If something doesn't work out, it's because it wasn't meant to. There's something better, right? If something doesn't work out that you thought was like the best, that's the best your mind can comprehend and knows, but what about all the things your mind doesn't know that the universe hasn't brought to your attention yet? And the universe is like, hey, if this is not working out, don't feel defeated. Be strong through this transformation, this release, right, of whoever or whatever that past was, because you have a lot of love to give. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands, you know what I mean? You're coming in knowing that it's a victory. You're coming in knowing that you have it all for someone, right? And if you have it all for someone and it doesn't work out, then you could very well possibly have it all for someone else. Likewise, if it's a job, right? Likewise, if it's a job, or if you're dealing with family, like you're just better off. Whatever doesn't work out, it's because you're better off. I do feel like there's an offer. I do feel like there's an offer that's being hidden. Okay, I feel like there's an offer that's being hidden. Hold on, I'm asking Spirit to give me more. Like the person, this is how fast it's going to happen. Like as soon as whatever it is fails, right? Defeat. The person, there's some other energy, right, that I'm picking up on outside of you and your immediate dynamic that you're linking to this reading. There's another energy that's present, and it's got an offer behind it. The way I'm visually seeing it is there's a hand behind the back with an offer. Now, I don't know what's in their hand behind the back. For some of you, I'm seeing flowers. So even though it might not be flowers, it's a romantic gesture, right? An offer, a romantic offer. And for others, it's definitely money. So a financial aid or financial help in some way. But you don't see it. Like someone already anticipates moving forward with you to support you or help you. Like they already know they will. They already know they will. In the event of, they already know they will come to your aid and your support. So you don't actually like have to worry about what the loss is. It's a matter of being really grateful for what's right in front of you and helping you as you go through the, that transformation death process with letting go of your past energy, whatever that past healing was, like whatever, quote unquote mistakes were made. that got you to where you are, reminiscing and being nostalgic over what used to be. Whatever those lessons were, like, learn them and move forward with whatever it is that's in front of you. Because whatever it is that's in front of you, Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune, that's the divine coming in, like, completely to pick you up and put you right where, like, where you're meant to be. Like, it's just where you're meant to be. Like, when you're over the idea of being over where you're not supposed to be, the universe is like, okay, great, they're over being not where they're supposed to be, so let's get them where they're supposed to be really quickly. And it's just, you're right there in front of it. The universe doesn't waste any time. And even if you might want to be cautious, like, go at it like gung-ho, because it'll be totally worth it. Like, give it 100%. Whatever it is that comes to you after you've released all this, like, give it 100%. Definitely look for number patterns 171. Yeah, 171. And patterns with 10s. Okay, patterns with 10s. So, Gem, I hope that helps. Just be prepared. Something isn't going to work out the way you thought, but that's fine, because as soon as you're over it, which shouldn't take you long, right? The sun is in your sign, and Gemini is really good at being able to switch gears, right? Switch gears and move forward, just facing facts, right? Reality facts. This is the way it is. Fine, boom, forward. Do it and do it well, Gem. Shine in that light, because you've got something good coming. All right? You got something good coming. So until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Remember, always love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves.